Hi everyone, this is Be Divine and welcome to July 2022. I am making some information, I'm giving some information for us about July, what I feel is coming in, like insights, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the CERN technology that will be kicking off in July 5th, okay? So I want to just sort of get you to calm down about it if you've been hearing about CERN. If you haven't, then I will explain a little bit about it, okay? And what I've been told about it also from the angels, obviously, when I connect in. We're going to start with the Gong Hee Fat Toy today. Because it is July, I want to see what's coming up for July. And hopefully this is finding you happy and well. I also wanted to point out something, and that is that after all of these years with Divine Miracles, Be Divine Online, Facebook, Instagram, everything, I have never done an About Me section. Not entirely, because there are people that are connected with my life and my past that I am still connected with now. So if I were to reveal a lot of the things that happened, it would really upset them, I'm sure. And also I was always worried about my other family members. And now it's not that I don't care, it's that I have to share. So there will be a link below that will say About Me, okay? And it will be a link to my website, and you can read it. It's quite a long passage all about myself. It is missing a whole lot of information. I skipped over a whole lot of different things that happened, and there are some things that I did not skip over though, so it'll be an interesting read for you, and it will help you to understand why I do what I do and how much things have changed in my own life, okay? And also what sort of traumas I can help you with because of the things I've been through myself. Many different things, as you will read. And in the past I've done videos where I've mentioned, bits and pieces about my life, okay? But there are some really big things that happened and continue to happen for a long time, and I had to get my story out there. So although it's only part of it, the rest is going to be in a book. I mean, every single part of it has about 100 different chapters to every single little thing I mentioned, so keep that in mind. It's not the full entire story, and just wanted to tell you about it. So it's been actually really interesting to be able to get it all out. Anyway, so what we're doing here with the Gong Hee Fat Toy is this is the tarot of, this is a reading of what is it called? Greetings of the Riches. Anyway, it's like an old fortune telling method. This one comes from 1936. It is by Margaret Ward. Okay, Margaret Ward, and she was a numerologist and astrologist, and apparently a Chinese matchmaker. Okay, just one second. Oops. I just have to move some of my candles. Oh, shunk, off it goes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the first part is called the House of Compasses, and what this does is it basically shows you what position to be, facing, how you should be reading the oracle, what position you're facing. Okay, so we kind of ignore that one. And I take out a card so that we don't have a card missing at the end. Okay. Now you use playing cards for this. It is an old method. Watch my other videos where I've used it. I have a special deck that I dedicate to this. All right, so the first one is the House of Wishes. And I know my fingernails are terrible. I am painting. I got paint all over my nails and I had to cut them all off. So it's just what it is. So I'm painting the lounge room right now. the windowsill. Okay, so the House of Wishes. Once I stop shuffling these cards, I know that I am they're going to be in exactly the right position. There's no further shuffling. So because we've done these readings before, I want to make sure they really are shuffled pretty well. Okay. And I just get the feeling now's the time. Clear the cards. All right, the first one, House of Wishes. So we have the hearts, the diamonds, the clubs, and the spades. So what are we going to get? We're going to get a heart. We have the King of Hearts. So in the House of Wishes, it indicates that a kind person or an influence will govern your wish, or that your wish will be granted through some enjoyable situation. So when we get to the House of Enjoyment, if that's a heart or a diamond, it just amplifies the wish. So yes, you're getting the wish. Someone, this is for July, someone is coming forward to help you. House of Success, Nine of Hearts. And the House of Success indicates your wish will meet with success. Hallelujah. There are going to be some negative aspects to this card because we're using all of the cards that were, in the deck except for 6 and below. So, obviously there's going to be some sections, but it just depends where it falls. So the House of the Moon is the 10 of spades. And that is, in the House of the Moon, it indicates that the sun affects your finding out what you want to know about someone for whom you care. Your thoughts will penetrate the thing you are to find out. What? 10 of spades in the House of Moon. In the House of Moon indicates that the sun affects your finding out what you want to know about someone for whom you care about. Okay, so the solar flares and all the sun activity. Okay, your thoughts are going to penetrate the thing you are to find out. So when we do find out this information, we're going to be thinking about it a lot. Okay, sometimes that happens. Okay. A House of Surprises. The 8 of Hearts. Moon love. In the House of Surprises indicates you'll have a pleasant surprise about someone telling you how much they care for you or showing their love through actions and deeds. Now, isn't this lovely so far, right? So July, we're going to get things turning around. We have a lot of success. We have, you see, you have to remain positive because this CERN Hadron Collider, which is, it smashes particles together. They're using it to apparently look at dark matter in the universe, etc. But it's going to be switched on to, 100%. The last time it was switched on, I believe, was 2012. I think they did it again in 2018. So what this means is that people are saying, it's going to open up all these portals. It's going to open up all this darkness. That's a load of crap. I believe if you're already a dark soul, that may accelerate that path. Okay. So in other words, what I mean by dark soul is someone who's chosen to completely deny any light, someone who's chosen to live a life of misery, of chaos, of violence, of rage, of, just completely nasty, right? People who are narcissists, who have hurt people, who don't care about turning, changing, or growing. People who have been abusing children, people who are abusive, murderers, whatever it is. What could happen is as it accelerates or switches on is that those people could actually be worse to their own demise. However, those of us who are focusing on our destiny, who have done the destiny code, who have opened themselves, and the destiny code is available to everyone for free. I gave it to you, and I can link that below too. We will continue to raise our vibration and probably open up a lot of our own deeper energies and abilities. We could become like super powerful with our work. I've already noticed for myself that I've been not given anything. I'm not saying I'm special or anything like that, but I was, I guess, attuned back into a energy of healing that I used in ancient times, and it was very, very quick. It was very, very effective and changed the energy very, very quickly. And I'm just getting used to it. But it is something that flows through me. It's not me, of course. I never claim any of my abilities as my own. So in other words, that everything is channeled. Everything that I do is completely channeled. And that's why I never get drained. I never get tired. I could do readings, I could do healings, I could do workshops all day. And you won't see me tired. You won't see me complain about being drained out like many people do. Because everything's channeled, and that's what you're supposed to do. So we will get an acceleration of our gifts and abilities, but we're also going to get an acceleration of anything dark that still remains. Things that you haven't let go of, things that you feel guilty about, things that you are stressed about for the most part, things that you continually go over. This is why I keep telling you all, it's about being strong right now, coming together, raising your frequency, doing your declarations daily and every night, setting up things how you want them to be in your mind, allowing whatever consumes your mind to control your life, because that's exactly what happens. And continue to focus up, 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 okay? We may split timelines. We may move off into a energy, or we may still, everything may still appear around us, etc. But our timeline trajectory has changed, right? So we may merge in with something higher vibrational. We may merge in with our future selves a little more, our higher selves, okay? But the biggest part is don't fall for all the doom and gloom. Just understand that with this energy, the last time it happened, things changed. So, for example, peanut butter, Jif, turned into Jiffy, or the other way around. It used to be Sex in the City. That's how I remember it. Sex in the City, the show. Now it's Sex and the City. That was never there. So in other words, things shifted. Apparently in 2012, we stopped the vibration that we were on, and we moved to another one. So now that they're putting it on at 100%, we don't know exactly, but I don't feel anything bad about it at all. I'm not sitting here worried, if that makes sense. So yeah, going to be kind of interesting. All right, keep going, Becky. 7 of Hearts. So that'll be the 5th of July. So in the house of popularity, it indicates that you should be very popular through an outward manifestation of happiness, or you have a sunny disposition. It also is a warning that you'll have to contend with jealousy by being popular. Well, people are jealous no matter what you do, so you might as well be popular. Okay, house of Abode, which is where you live, of course. And we have the 8 of Clubs. And this is achievement. In the house of Abode indicates that home conditions, someone where you live, will help you with some achievement or business. I love it. Home conditions or someone where you live will help you. So things that you're doing, maybe you're doing like we are, we're doing a huge decluttering because we were planning on moving in August. We have baby puppies. Of course, we have 3 left. The puppies aren't ready to go until August, and that's exactly when we're supposed to be moving. It was just going to be a nightmare. So until everything comes through and my manifestations come right through, we'll be here until we're not. Right? But we're getting prepared. So get prepared to move forward. King of Spades in the house of Journey, which says callers right here. In the house of Journey indicates someone calls to tell you about a death, or police call bringing bad news concerning an accident to someone you might know, or you can get a speeding ticket while driving. You see how straight out these cards are? Now, I am telling you that every time it has mentioned that there's going to be someone that we know or something in the house that, some news that comes in, it's happened since I've started doing these for you all, and just using them as my own messages. We've had that loss and news and all that sort. And sometimes it's just news, as I said. So you hear news of someone that you know. Well, it could be someone famous, it could be an actor, an actress, whatever, right? But just be aware. House of Papers, 9 of Clubs. Luck in the House of Papers indicates a lucky investment or a paper of some kinds will affect your future. It also indicates luck in a legal action, something pertaining to court. Okay, I know that's going to sound good for a lot of people. Awesome. House of Vocation, we have the Jack of Diamonds. It indicates that you'll make good where speed is needed in handling things. So speed of mind, action, or where things must be carried out with accuracy. So you're going to be very, very capable under pressure. House of Marriage, Ace of Hearts. In the home, the House of Marriage indicates that if you're single, you may soon get married and have a new house. If you're married, either a move, a new home, or someone comes to live with you. Okay? I like it. Either way, either of those things. Any of those things. Okay? House of Happiness, 7 of Spades. Health. So in the House of Happiness indicates good health will bring you happiness, and also if you are very unhappy, if you're poorly dressed, it makes you feel sick all over. Make sure you're wearing nice clothes. My grandma used to be always like, you're going to get caught. Someone's going to come, you're not ready. I talk like that because that's how she talked. She was an American. And that was the funniest thing throughout our growing up, was to hear her talk about stuff. It was so funny. Okay, House of Enjoyment, Queen of Spades. In the House of Enjoyment, it indicates that by being grateful for small favors, much happiness comes into your life. Cultivate a grateful manner. So be very grateful, be very happy, grateful for every single day you have a roof over your head, things in your life that are, not exactly where you want them to be, but look at all the things around you that you didn't have before, Gratitude will really bring more to be grateful for. I've seen it every single time. House of Messages, 8 of Spades. It indicates you'll receive a message relating to a trouble of some kind. Maybe you're going to be troubled over something that you hear. Okay? So it is what it is with these. House of Relatives. Ace of Spades is the death. Okay. In the House of Relatives, it indicates the death of a relative is near and you will hear of it soon, or one has recently passed on. Okay, for us, Bobby's mum passed away in May. And obviously, I've been thinking about my stepmom recently, thinking maybe she's passed, but I wouldn't know. Anyway, you may hear about this, okay? I don't like to say it, but you guys can see the book here. Okay, House of Health. Queen of Hearts in the House of Health talks about friends. In the House of Health indicates you'll hear good news regarding a friend or relative's health. Okay, so in one things we're going through some grief, we may hear about this loss, or it's happened and we're feeling it, or else we're just going through the grief, the remembering. And this is saying that, this is good energy coming in here. Good news. We'll take it. Not every card can be positive, right? House of Money is the King of Diamonds. And also that this is, I don't know how many people are going to watch this. So, I can only ask for it to be for those that are watching. It's up to you. So the King of Diamonds, legal papers in the House of Money. This indicates that some money that comes through a paper will need the services of an attorney. Also, it could be an opportunity to invest. So whatever papers come to you, you need to look over things really carefully and make sure before you sign anything. See, the King of Diamonds is someone who's very, very good with money and investments and things like that. So this may have to do with a house you're inheriting, documents about jewelry or estate of some kind. It could be. But if someone else, a third party, has set this up, you want to make sure that it's set up favorably, or that you know the law behind it. Okay. House of Seasons. Ace of Cups. It indicates you'll soon receive a gift that you have long desired. Hey, we want to hear that, right? House of Friends. Queen of Diamonds. In the House of Friends, it indicates in your lifetime you will have a very wealthy friend on whom you can depend and you benefit by it. Awesome. Hey, that sounds great. House of Gifts, King of Clubs. Vocation, so this is about your work. The House of Gifts indicates that you're an employer or someone where you attend school or work will present you with a gift, or someone will give you a gift for a favor you have bestowed. You see how we're reaping what we've sowed, things coming back in. This is a very positive reading. There are 7, 14, 21, 28 different answers that could be given on any one page here. So it's all coming in very positively. House of Letters, 10 of Clubs. In the House of Letters, it indicates that you will receive a letter from across the water, or you will send one, or you will take a long trip after receiving a letter. Okay, it speaks for itself. Could just be a text or an email these days. House of Trouble, 7 of Clubs, messages in the House of Trouble. It indicates a message will cause trouble, or you'll be angry in a conversation over the phone. Avoid it, but obviously. J.R. Lowell says, "Let us be of good cheer, however, remembering that the misfortunes hardest to bear are those which never come." See? House of Disappointment. Now, Queen of Clubs is the card of the Inquirer. So you. Okay, this is your card. It represents you in the reading. And here we go. Oh, you can see that there. In the House of Disappointment, it indicates that you've met with a severe loss, or you're worrying over a loss that you anticipate. There is a disappointment or a loss of some kind. Take care of your personal belongings, your purse, your money, etc. Okay, you may have already gone through this. You may be disappointed with somebody else's actions towards you. You may have lost something. But it just gives you that warning to take extra care. Look after things. Put protection on things. House of Death. 10 of diamonds in the House of Death. Wow. Money. Money should come to you through the death of someone. Or you will be saved the expense of caring for someone who is ill. Oh my goodness. Money is coming to you through the death of someone, or the ending of a situation, I would say. Okay, we'll just be open to receiving. Remember to be grateful and not be fearful, just be grateful. House of undertaking, we have the Jack of Hearts. And this talks about undertaking of popularity. Indicates that a new undertaking that is offered, you should become popular and should prosper through the public's demand. So something that you decide to do, hey, be open in July. That people are going to want to be able to talk to you, okay? They're going to want to know more about you. They're going to want to work with you. Awesome. House of Achievement, 7 of Diamonds. The House of Achievement indicates that some achievement brings big success in the future. And we also had the successful cards. We had the money cards. We've had the inheritance cards. We've had the prosperity cards. You know, like it's all there. We are going to achieve. And here's the House of Inheritance, you see? 9 of Diamonds, look at that. In the House of Inheritance, you'll be surprised about an inheritance you receive and you never expected a really good surprise. Exactly. I would be really surprised if I received an inheritance from any one of my family members. That would be the biggest shock in my entire life. So if that happened, hoorah. But it might be someone that considers you to be a family member, you see. I mean, all of you, I consider, you know, this is a one big family here. So maybe, you know, sometimes you got to open yourself up to different interpretations of things. People get really stuck on words. You don't need to when it comes to this work. House of Callers, 9 of Spades. In the House of Callers, it indicates that you'll be disappointed in people who you entertain. It can indicate robbery, or you will miss something after someone leaves. Take care. There's a loss through people coming to the house. Okay, just make sure we got your protection up is all I can say. It's good that you can get a warning here. Jack of Spades. It indicates that you've trusted someone you never should have. Or a bill collector calls and is very rude over an unjust bill. I feel like this is someone you already know that you shouldn't have trusted, whoever that was. We always know, right? House of the Inquirer. This is us. And we have the 8 of Diamonds, which is awesome. Again, inheritance. Inheritance is coming to you soon. A gift. No one needs to die for you to receive this. It actually says that there. You see? It's coming. Look at this for July, everybody. House of Luck, Ace of Diamonds, new undertaking. It indicates that you are contemplating a new venture. You should be very lucky with it. Luck here plays a good part in what your future venture holds. Wow. Now, what I just wanted to quickly tell you because it just came through my mind I don't know why. I have different methods of Reiki at my teachable.com and they're up for various prices, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and heavily discount all of the courses. Now, the Light Leaders Academy, you have until about midway through July, okay, to purchase it as the prices are. Then they're going to be going up just because of sheer volume of information in each course, and it's all you're ever going to need as well. So smaller courses are going to be very discounted and you'll be able to go and start doing some of those. I'm going to have a Reiki Viking energy modality coming out for you all too. I have some other talks about our higher self and some other things about spiritual mastery, etc. that are coming forward as well, and I'm going to make them very inexpensive, okay? So you can keep going with your journey. Now, House of Luck with the Ace of Diamonds, as we said, a new venture will be very lucky. So luck here plays a good part in your future. See how different, like last month the cards were heavier? this month, much lighter. House of the Sun. Oh my God, the Ten of Hearts. You have a loving thoughts around you, and you should strive to impart loving thoughts. Also, you should concentrate on your wish at night before going to bed. Okay, this is going to help it come through. Okay. So I found this particular, I was lucky to get this on eBay. I didn't bid for it or anything. I just bought it. Okay. And I've always loved the Gong Hee Fat Toy. I would love to create it as a newer version as well, which I might start working on. I have so many projects in the wings, it's not funny. So those were our messages for July 2022 for the Gong Hee Fat Toy. Don't worry, I have a whole lot more coming up right now. Just got to get myself organized here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off with the Crystal Mandala Oracle for us today. We will be going through the Nostradamus cards and some other cards and things that I have, but I want to talk about our spiritual journey. This may be important. There are so many people that are focused on division right now. They are focused on being angry. They are focused on stress. They are focusing on panic, and we can't do this. Okay, we have to continue to lift. And as a, I really don't, I'm starting to not really like the word spiritual or spirituality because so many people abuse it, I feel like I've always just been mystical, looking at many different things and not focusing on one. And I feel like all of us need to really awaken to who we really are right now. And we have this energy here of Serapis Bay, clear calcite, and karmic grace. Okay, we're going to read about this message here. And I hope my recording just continues. So it's number 19, which is a 10, which is a number 1. So we're in a new beginning again with this card. And Serapis Bay talks a lot about ascension also. And using selenite to keep yourself like really high vibrational. I've got plenty at the website. I can even make you a beautiful wand. Anyway, we bring you the blessing of karmic grace. There are many ways to learn and grow. Some ways are joyful and some more challenging. Sometimes a challenge can best be resolved through profound struggle that forces you to transform in such a way that you can never go back to what has been. The struggle might have been deeply painful for the mind, body, and emotions, and yet what is gained from the experience is a multiplicity of blessings, personal power, freedom, insight, self-respect, and wisdom. These qualities then help you live a better life, where that past pain need not be repeated. Blessings can at other times be gained through joyful experience. Sometimes the struggle is what will bring you the greatest spiritual progress. Sometimes a more joyful path will be how you grow best. The universe loves you with such passion that you shall never be denied what you most need and what shall help you fulfill your divine destiny. The struggles we encounter in life can be challenging enough without adding unnecessary guilt, shame, or judgment into the mix. There are times when the path of life becomes easier, more flowing, effortless, and shining with radiant grace. And in those moments, we feel as though we are doing something right, and the universe is affirming and validating us. Everything just falls into place and we feel blessed. What can be more difficult to accept is that there is grace in the struggle too. The divine, in its infinite love for you, will empower you to fulfill your innate potential. For some, That may be a gentler journey of progress, less challenging to body, mind, and soul. It may be an entirely appropriate for a particular soul to be in a lifetime focused on tranquility and feeling supported, rather than being thrown crown chakra first into the upheaval that typically accompanies intense spiritual transformation. There may be times in your life, even if you are one of the souls here to experience the challenge that frequently accompanies accelerated spiritual growth, where your path is gentler, brighter, more effortless. And when this happens, it is what will serve you best. Even the most intense paths that include experiences of trauma or abuse, perhaps especially those paths, will need times of lightness and joy. Your life path will unfold in whatever way will most benefit your soul growth. What you need to remember is not to judge yourself or think that you're doing something wrong when life gets difficult. It is actually a sign that you are going through an accelerated phase of spiritual growth, and the blessings that come from it will be what you need and want the most. There is a temptation to judge yourself in the struggles of life, to wonder, why am I not getting this? Why am I in pain? Why am I doing it wrong? It must be karma. And then guilt, shame, and judgment make the situation even more difficult. Don't do this to yourself or to others. When there is struggle, there is opportunity for breakthrough to be grasped by the soul. This opportunity can come to you through this method of growth. You'll have other times that are more joyful too, so there's no need to worry. Some souls choose to have different lifetimes where much struggle characterizes the earlier phase of their life, preparing them for great work. Exactly what happened to me. And a much lighter and more joyful experience in the second half of my life, which is when I met my husband. So if you've been puzzled by an experience in your life, a difficulty, or perhaps an effortlessness, and you are trying to make sense of it, relax. Accept that karmic grace bestows upon you the best way to grow and manifest your divinity in every moment. You don't have to understand it, but to accept and trust it, you need to believe that you're truly loved by the universe. Okay? And we say, I call upon the crystal angel of clear calcite, an ascended master, Serapis Bey, who actually, I might have a piece of clear calcite to show you. There we go. The properties of calcite are amazing. There you go. Clear calcite, an ascended master, Serapis Bey, who loved me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of karmic grace. I surrender with relief and loving trust into my life experiences now. The struggles and the easier times serve me perfectly. I do not resist. I use my free will to move through every experience offered, even when it doesn't make sense to me at the time. I accept the gift of karmic grace, and may that grace bless the lives of all living beings through unconditional love and my own free will. And I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being, to be open to the beneficial wisdom of karmic grace. May only the struggles that best serve unconditional love remain, and may the effortless flow of divine grace fill my body, mind, and soul. Karmic grace floods into my being, into my life, blessing me in all ways. And may karmic grace bless the world with peace. May all beings know they are truly loved. And according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. Okay, look at this. Isn't it amazing, the clear calcite? I love it. I actually have a giant piece. It's not here right now, but yeah. Calcite itself has a lot of beautiful properties too. So you could look that up, look up all the properties. Look at It's just like shining through this. So like I've got my window open, but it's quite far away from me. There it is. Oh, my hand. Look at my finger. My finger's like, it's like doing it by itself. I'm like, it's like spazzing out right now. Okay, so I was showing this. Oops. I was showing my calcite and my video stopped, right? So, yeah. I have some of these at my store, but you'll have to ask me about them. I actually have some honey as well if you would like a little piece, probably this or smaller. I can get you some, okay? Anyway, really nice. So what we've got to understand that, you know, our energy is focused on always going through these different karmic cycles that we've had now, and you know, in our past lives. We are a result of our past lives. What we are doing now is a complete result of where we were in past lives, lessons that we did not achieve, like things that we were unable to fix, you know, things that we were unable to get past, right? And journeys that we were able to get past as well. And whew, I've got BB down here and she stinks. So what we have to do is we have to remember that everything that happens in our life is a result of our thoughts and our actions. So we can choose to sit there and be very bitter about our life and where we've been, or we can choose to win. So your past either hinders you or it inspires you. For me, I felt like I could never get past all of the hurt and the pain, that there was always going to be something else and something else and something else. It felt like a never-ending story, right? And eventually, once I started to forgive, you know, forgiving myself first and foremost, really starting to focus on that and letting it go and cutting the ties and dissolving things, my abilities and my true path came forward. Okay. We do not have to constantly say, oh, well, you know, this is happening to me because I was so bad in a past life. No, change it. We've all been bad in past lives. Okay. Let's see where we're at. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny. These are called the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Spiral Dancer. Whew. And the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Okay, so these are just also going to be a little bit of the energy coming through July. And I haven't used these cards for ages, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes up here. So number 9 is the Ringmaster of Scrutiny. Okay. Discernment, clear vision, details. I'm actually going to hold this calcite. It wants me. So the Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details, looking closely and paying attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe, right? So this ally is on your side to point to the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life. And he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest acts that really count right now. Observe your situation with discernment and clarity. It's time to see the flaws in the foundations that you have built underneath you. Take a look. It also seems that you may be getting caught up in the details of your dream when really it's time to leave them to the divine, to allow. Perhaps you're worrying about the past and the future too much, forgetting that the dream is created in the now time. Often the Ringmaster of Scrutiny also brings a warning to read the fine print and watch for hidden agendas when you are involved with others. Don't worry, whatever your current challenge, things can be resolved as soon as you cultivate detachment and trust that the details will be taken care of once you turn them over to the divine. The universe has an uncanny way of self-correcting when you get out of your own way. Okay? Ask for an activation of your true self. Okay? Ask with all your heart that you want to have this activation of your true self now. That you're done with the old ways, the old way of feeling, the old way of doing things, the old losses, the expectation of the bad. And that you're just ready for your true self to shine. Your connection with your higher self is your eternal self. Okay? And connect in with that energy as well. The spiral dancer here, perception. Okay, there's something about this card because I saw it while I was shuffling the deck and then it came out anyway. So there's something about here. So the spiral dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only that she can hear, right? She takes you on a path that's winding and circular. So you're taking the circuitous route. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of the upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share. Even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions, all the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. Okay, we are walking, our pathway is ever expanding, right? It's always changing and growing. And I think if you get yourself caught up in this, oh my God, there's a little person right here in the calcite, look. Oh my God. Okay, so if you get yourself caught up with it has to be a certain way, or I must go this way, or I must go that way, you know, you are going to miss a lot on your pathway. Oh my God, I can't get over that. So I'm looking into the, I'm looking at it through the lens of my camera. There's a little person at the bottom with like a wand pointing up. It looks like someone's going to be giving us a message soon. To me, that looks like a kind of like a trumpet. No, it's not about religion. It's about messages. We are going to be receiving a lot with this CERN on the 5th of July. I really want you to stay positive about it. Don't let yourself get caught up in everyone else's dark, dramatic messages about it. It's just, oh God, how could you? Hang on a minute. Let me turn it over. Let's see if there's something over here. Okay. Yeah, this is glowing. It's crazy. Something over here, maybe. Oh. Something here. But we are stepping. No, nothing on that side. It was just here, right? I don't know where it was now. Has it gone? Are you kidding? Has it gone now? That message was received and that's it? You're seeing this, right? Oh, there's beings in there. Where the heck is it? Come on. That way? No. Okay, the message was received and it left. Oh my God, there's all these beings. Okay, we could be looking at this particular piece of calcite for a while. My nose is literally tingling. I can't find that. What we were looking at. You can see me. I'm looking at every direction. It's not there anymore. The message was received. Maybe it's this way. No. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, you're a witness. I'll take it. Actually feels like this this is actually like sticking to me, if that makes sense. It's like really connected with me. See if we can move it a little. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the energy is going to move it. Just trying to keep my hand. Oh no, I can't keep my hand flat like that. Oh wow, it's crazy. Look at it. All right, everyone, we've just got this particular crystal glowing right now. All right, your authentic path. It is going to be more than one thing. Don't keep limiting yourself on what that is. And finally, the High Lady of love and compassion, kindness, consideration, reverence. Number 1. Another start again. All right, so this brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that love is, only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional and true power behind all means of manifesting out of the unseen into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion, generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things bring you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, feelings, and actions. When your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life, unconditional love will be returned tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. All manner of synchronicities align in your favor. So if this is about a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what it is in his or her highest good. Give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return, and let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. Okay, so love, love, love. Continue that high vibration. Okay, continue that love and compassion. And it's not just for everybody else. It has to be for yourself, or you miss the point. When we forgive other people, for example, it's not that we're forgiving. How do I explain it? So, you've been terribly abused throughout your life and whatever, and what you've got to stand there and forgive these people. It's more that you're asking the angels to allow that energy of forgiveness to flow through the situation, to cut you away from any feelings of victimhood, in a way where you feel like you're punished, or it's too hard to let go, or it's too hard to forgive, because it only hurts you not to forgive. You actually win by allowing the angels to change the situation, to have and hold forgiveness and compassion for all beings on their karmic journey. For example, with my abuse throughout my life, I've had to say to myself, I don't need to be in those people's company. And I certainly don't need to have them carrying those people around with me on my back, right? For the rest of my life, carrying it around and they don't deserve that. And I don't deserve that either. And no wonder people have such terrible back problems, headaches, knee problems, they carry around their pain of the past, and in a sense carry around those people with you. And you don't want to keep, why would you want to keep carrying around abusers with you? Let them go. Allow the angels to take care of a situation. Understand it for what it is. Understand that it was there for you. Understand it wasn't that you were, punished at all. That this situation came up because you were going to make something out of it, right? And that there's some kind of, whenever we have gone through hell as a child and we don't understand our family and we feel abandoned, rejected and lost and we feel hurt and, we suffer, etc., right? What happens out of it? We learn, we grow, we shift, we karmically release ourselves from any past that we have had where we did the same to these people. Maybe, in a past life, you were the abuser, right? Maybe you had to learn a big heck of a lesson here. But it doesn't have to continue for the rest of your life. It just doesn't. And people carry it on and carry it on. I'm so depressed and I'm so this and they just own it all of the time. Oh, I have this and I have that. They own it. They are creating it. They are keeping it. They don't want to heal it. They just want others to know that they have it. It's like there has to come a point in your spiritual path where you stop owning all of the bullshit and start owning a different life for yourself. Like, I have happiness. I am abundant. Life is different. I am on an adventure. I can manifest easily. I don't have ADHD. I used to. I don't have it anymore. I don't have anxiety. That's the old me. This is the new me. And yes, it takes a little bit to convince yourself of this, because after all, you've had all this crap with you for a long time. You're afraid that it's not going to go away. And so therefore you're giving your attention to it again and again and again, and it's still there. Notice these patterns. Okay, notice the patterns. All right, I'm doing these little cards here first. These are called the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, and they do have cute pictures on them. Some of them are kind of gloomy, but we'll get through it. I've been focused on these today, and they're nice and fresh and cleansed and cleared, ready to go. Okay, so this card is our starting point. We have rewards, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles is about you understanding that what you have decided to do for yourself is going to be very successful. Remember, this came up in the cards, right? So the Nine of Pentacles is only, it's you. It's not, this doesn't involve anybody else, okay? The Nine of Pentacles rewards are for you personally. And it reminds you of your self-confidence. It reminds you of proper planning forward with a success in mind. So the Nine of Pentacles, the decisions that you make as you go through the tarot deck, okay, culminate to, and we're getting to number 9, from Ace to number 9 of Pentacles, right? And through each card, we're learning something else. In this card, you are learning about self-confidence. You are learning about awareness, right? You are learning to rely on yourself. And when you pair self-confidence with self-discipline, like determination, it brings you rewards on every level. So this is also representing comfortable success. For some of you, a successful relationship, material success, to pursue your personal interests and goals as well, financial independence. And sometimes there's a bird that's on the card as well. This one has like fruits, so the fruits of your labor and transforming. And you've stayed back also from others. Okay, you've stayed away from others in this energy here, and this has allowed you to focus. I'm telling you, when you pull back from everyone else's drama, their life, their story, their messages, their YouTubes and all the news and all the news channel, when you pull away from all of the negative, life changes for you instantaneously. It's like, finally. So sometimes we're forced to be more alone in this energy. Okay, and we can gain momentum from that. Okay, so because of this abundance coming in for us, things that we've done ourselves, what happens? The Knight of Cups comes in. So the Knight of Cups is about empathy. It is about someone coming forth with an offer for you. Usually it's an emotional offer. And it also talks about a decision that you need to make with regards to feelings and action. Okay? So the Knight of Cups is learning. He's learning to develop the elements of fire and water. Like, he's learning alchemy, right? And his action follows inspiration. Or, you know, maybe inspiration comes as a result of action, okay? But he's learning the difference between imagination, fantasy, purposes, escaping, realities, ideas. You know, he's really understanding a lot of things, right? And he offers it can suggest for you that there's an offer where someone understands your situation, you see. They may actually understand you. It might be a business offer or opportunity. Usually it's a male in their 20s or older, but definitely someone who hasn't had their own children, because they would be considered a king, okay? So it might just be someone who's a little more immature for their age, like fun-loving, okay? It can also indicate a time to decide whether it's wise to act or allow things to develop. Following your heart here as well. Now, if this is a relationship, this could be talking about an offer. And it tends to be a soft-hearted, tender and caring person because they're a water energy. He may or she may seek out someone that's going to complement them and ground them in energy as well. So yeah, things coming forth, having a deeper understanding of life, okay, as well. And people want to know who you are because of your, you know, your ability to succeed no matter what you've been through, okay? Oh my God, and then we get to the Queen of Cups here, which hopefully you can see the card. Intuition is here, okay? Aren't they cute? I don't know if you remember Holly Hobbie. Does anyone remember Holly Hobbie? I always wanted that when I was a kid, and of course it was in my friends' rooms. Never going to be in my room. My room was a trash heap. Okay, so the Queen of Cups. So here we have the Queen of Cups indicating success because you're listening to your intuition, okay? You're taking things that are offered to you if you want to. You don't have to, okay? You're listening to your intuition. So it indicates success, listening to your feelings and, you know, through using your imagination creatively, right? Instead of using your imagination to fail, use your imagination to succeed. So the Queen of Cups is a mature woman with an intuitive and creative nature. And this is also talking about aspects of yourself. Hearing everything, she may be someone who doesn't say much. These abilities suit her. Maybe she's counseling, psychology, social work, childcare, writing, healing, you know, that sort of thing. People might confide in you or confide in this energy. Sometimes people will see someone who's quiet and think, okay, I've got permission to speak. as well. So the Queen can suggest success through your own intuition and creative abilities. And in relationships, you know, she loves to be, it's like loving to be at home, loving to be with love, loving to have love and be love, right? This is the energy here. Family, kids, union. They're not quite competitive or as independent, for example. So I'm a Queen of Wands traditionally. So I'm a Leo female. I'm kind of at the end of a Leo though. I'm not at the cusp, but I'm close to the end on the 21st of August. So if everything changes over on the 22nd or 23rd in some things, it's close, okay? But for me, I'm a Queen of Wands, and so I might be a little bit more independent, for example. I don't mind spending time by myself. I like getting things done that way. Whereas a Queen of Cups, she's going to want everyone around while she does stuff. She's going to want everyone around talking while she's cooking, you know? I can't concentrate if that's the case. I mean, I can deal with it if I have a whole lot of people at the table, but I feel better if I can surprise you with my meal and get out of the kitchen right now, right? It's just a thing. I'm like, go, because I want to surprise you. And a Queen of Cups will like, come and sit. Let's talk, and we're never going to eat. We're waiting to eat. I'm going to get it out to you in a timely fashion. Queen of Cups is going to just talk to you and drink wine. Oh my God, it's funny. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. Very supportive of people, slow to give their own opinions about things though, as well. So it offers you a chance. Make sure that you're using your intuition before you make decisions, okay? Using the energy of these cards, the energy of what they mean as a person and taking it upon yourself. Okay, and we get to the swords. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is intelligence here. God, I don't know what she's holding that skull for, but there you go. The Ace of Swords is a new way of thinking about things, isn't it? Right, we know this by now. The energy of swords is really connected with the head, the thoughts, etc. as well. And can also be talking about planning, like planning a new venture, planning and beginning. So the Ace of Sword represents a beginning, of course. It is the act of planning a new venture or project. Okay. So for example, the Ace of Wands, that would actually talk more about physical action, right? Whoa, off we go. The Ace of Cups is an emotional action, okay, an emotional beginning. And the Ace of Coins is a financial beginning. See how that works? And the Swords is a beginning in thought, in communication. Because air is communication. I mean, there's so much more to these cards. Don't worry, I'm going to design a course to teach you the tarot. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to trust that I'm going to do it. So this can also indicate clarity of thought, okay? Having a clear, like now you've got a clear picture, right? Maybe the money's helped you have a clear picture. I don't know, but you're going to have a clear direction of where you're going. So this is having a clear thought as well. So planning in a relationship, it can mean clear plan about what you want from a relationship, okay? And recognizing what you don't want, so you can set yourself up to correct the action, you see. If you are in a relationship, it's likely when this comes up here like this that you have very similar goals and interests. And it could also indicate like a meeting, like where you're finally understanding each other on an even more deeper level. So this is a new beginning here coming up. So your mind is actually going to see through material existence to the spiritual causes of events and consequences. Everything's got a spiritual cause and consequence as well. Awesome. Oh my God. Look, I am telling you, July is much more abundant and happy. So we must move into this new timeline. And if you can still see this message, you know, after the CERN, after the 5th of July, okay? We'll see after that collider takes off. Let's see what happens after that. It looks like if we are focused on the right way, see, focused, if we're focused in our feelings, in our material, and in the right way, we will be able to move forward quite happily. So the Nine of Cups is here, offering you a sense of fulfillment. And, you know, you're feeling pride in yourself here. It's a job well done. You've got a feeling of happiness and joy. It comes from your work or your environment. Your spiritual achievements as well are here. Your inner needs are being fulfilled, and you can reflect upon the success you've earned. So there is happiness, contentment, and peace stemming because of a love of yourself and pulling yourself back, you see, here. This is satisfaction. It's a great deal of happiness and fulfillment in relationships as well. You've learned to look at yourself differently and value your own needs and abilities. And you have a better chance of finding fulfillment. Very fulfilling relationship, and where both partners value what they offer and what they receive. Okay? Now, in some cases, this is also a time. So in other cards, you will find a man with his arms crossed, and he's in a sort of a kneeled, cross-sitting position. He's got all these cups behind him. And it's a very, very happy time. Like he is celebrating. He is celebrating a birth, a child, a job, a partnership, a wedding, an engagement, a graduation. Some big event in life can also be depicted by the 9. But we've got to remember that 9 is the completion. 9 is the end. So after the 9 of Cups, we go to the 10 of Cups, right? If we're looking at the tarot, for example, we get to the 10, and that is another beginning of happiness. So we're at the end of a lot of drama here, and we're about to go into a new energy focused vibration, right? And we're going to be happy about it. Look, we're like, here, cheers. Okay, congratulations. Oh my God. And the page, look at these, aren't they cute? The Page of Cups comes up here. Inventiveness. See, now your page, did we have a page? No, we didn't. So your page energy is always very youthful, okay? Very young, very dynamic, beginning, okay? And brings information generally over spiritual things. It actually can be an offer, another offer, a beneficial offer. You've got it twice, and you have to use your intuition. Begin this chapter, and you'll be very happy that you have. I feel like you won't be able to make the decision until you see about the money, okay? Because that was the main focus here. So it's an offer of a new relationship or business partnership that comes here. It's an opportunity for emotional fulfillment. And that is a business partnership involving work that you really enjoy. Creative work, once again. So, psychic, spiritual development is here with the Page of Cups. And a new relationship can be offered. A new stage can happen in an existing relationship. You're going through a new level of emotional healing and change, right? Does that make sense? If you've been separated by for some reason, it can also suggest that there's a reunion here. I mean, there's so many beautiful things. A friend could come back. There could be a child that decides to come back into your life. And it's a positive indication that things are going to get much, much better for us all who are listening here. It can also talk about study with regards to maybe you're studying some spiritual things. That would be lovely to have you. Psychic studies, psychic development, meditations and things like that. So this is amazing. And business partnerships or an opportunity for a new position as well. Keep on seeing it. Keep on seeing it. Because I always do my morning videos on TikTok, and then they get shared everywhere. And it continually comes up in the group collective of all of us going through this very abundant phase, and we don't know where the hell it's coming from. We're just remaining very positive in this journey, okay? That things are going to be taken care of, especially if this particular energy that comes up this week and some changes that are going to really fast occur, it starts to kick into place. And what that does is you get a win. And as soon as you've had a win in some situation in your life, right, it just spurs you on to more wins. It's like we really need a break right now. We really need something to come through. We really need something to just finally just fall into place once and for all, for people to be, who've done wrong, to be completely found out. And none of this, we only get half the information and this information and that information. It's like people are being, I think, what do you call it, that Maxwell, I don't want to say the whole name, that woman got 20 years and R. Kelly got like 30 years. No one would have believed that, that was going to happen, especially with R. Kelly, right? Who would have believed that they were going to get found guilty of these things? And with the Maxwell situation, why are we not being told where, who she was giving children to? Anyway, I'm sure this is all going to come out. Every single thing that has been held back from us is going to eventually come forward with clarity and truth, and we're going to understand why things have had to be the way that they are. Aren't they cool, those cards? Some of the cards on that deck are, Anyway. Now I'm looking. Okay, so let's have a look at who's guiding us real quick right now. And I just throw out boxes and I keep my cards in little bags. So half the time I forget the names of the decks. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Wow, okay. If that's not an Ace of Swords, I don't know what is. And oh my God, there's Jesus. And we were just talking about forgiveness. Oh, hi. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Okay. Now, you see here in this particular image that he's focused. He's got his hand pointing into his heart. And we talk about, in Catholic Church, they talk about the Immaculate Heart and all this. The heart in itself is comprised of so many different levels, energetically speaking. And it is connected entirely to the other side of the veil, to source, to knowledge, to wisdom, to all that is. It is connected in your heart, not your head, not your feet, not your stomach. It's in your heart. And in the heart, it takes on the most damage. Okay, it can take on the most damage. It can also heal the fastest. Joy is what should be in our heart. And with Chinese medicine, they talk about the heart ruling all of the other organs in your body. So if your heart is not joyful or too joyful, you can actually go psycho. Okay? So there's other things involved in that, but you can actually go insane if you are over the top and not balanced. Okay. So the heart space energy healing is the key. And this is what we work through a lot, on with at the academy. Finally, here we go. Okay, so I keep getting cut off, but I keep fighting it, and I'm back here again. So we have Horus again. Okay, the cosmic gateway. This is what's happening for us. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen for us from the 5th of July, is that we go through this cosmic gateway. Our thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. We're using our intuition. We're keeping our vibration high. We are focusing on where we want to be. We're ascending, we're teaching, we're sharing, we're giving, we're trusting our intuition, we're forgiving ourselves and all our past bullshit. And, we are being the voice of truth for others. I will be strong for you. I will be strong for you. I don't waver at all. My thing is that it's like, come on, everybody, let's do this together, where we are focused. Not on division, but on unity. And it doesn't have to be the same unity. We don't have to have the same belief structures, is what I mean. Right? Who cares? I don't care whether you're purple or blue or black or brown or yellow or green, I don't care what color you are. I always care about the heart, the intention. Where does your intentions lie? And all I want to do is help you to heal. And if that means I've got to stand there and be strong and say things that others won't say, I will. I don't care. I don't care about myself in that energy, is all I'm saying. That does not bother me, to stand up and to be myself. That does not bother me, or I wouldn't be doing this work. I would just go do corporate work like everybody else. Right? I also wouldn't follow my intuition all the way through my life, even though when I haven't followed it, crap has gone down, but it needed to as well. So it's very hard to know. We are going through, look at these. Each one of these has like a circle. She's got a circle of truth. He's got this connection of a gateway here. And he's definitely got a gateway here. We are going through the portal. We are going through the portal. It's finally happening. What are you going to do? Give in to fear or just accept it? I'm ready. One more. Okay, Sununos, the life force, comes out here. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Look at the state of his ears. Okay. Life force. You are guided. It is very masculine, this energy here, though, I'll have to say. Okay? And we have Joan of Arc, which is probably just me shouting at you all, right? The voice of truth. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm that person. Come on. Okay? I am your cheerleader. And I will just cheer you on every step of the way. Honestly, I get so excited when I hear the stories of people who have done the work and come out the other side and go, oh my God, it's just even better than I can imagine. That's the excitement I get for all of you, right? Okay. All right. So, you know me by now, and finally I'm going to do the Nostradamus cards as well. Okay, so, oh no, hang on a minute. I'm going to do Lenormand first. I've got to do Lenormand first. Wait a sec. Okay, we're going to quickly look at Lenormand, all right? I wonder who that looks like. Okay. All right, so this is the masculine feminine. We do still have a masculine and a feminine card in this deck. When you are doing Lenormand, it makes no difference whether the cards come out upside down or not. It really doesn't. What matters is that where they land next to each other is what they mean. Okay. So we got the energy of Virtue, the angel of surprise, coming right now in July. as we are soon going to be moving into, we're going to be moving into, what do you call it? Leo season coming up here. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so what we're asking about is what is going to happen in the month of July 2022, worldwide and personally. Okay, so we have stability. Now, the fox comes out usually as someone you can't rely on. In this instance, it's positive. I feel like we can rely on this particular fox, which is someone that is bringing stability into our lives. Okay? Just a second. But stability into our lives. It's kind of interesting. So the anchor is encouraging. It tells you to continue on the path that you're on. Okay? And when it's next to the fox, it talks about loyal employees, a lifelong situation, something that's going to be long term for you. Okay? And we have the moon come up with the ring next to it. So the moon coming up with the ring is a very, very powerful commitment here. Okay? So we have this energy of commitment because of the ring sort of indicates where your relationship is actually heading, okay? But because it's connected with the moon here, it can be something different. So this can be about, just your own intimacy here as well, a motivational sort of an energy. Something is motivating you to do something in a certain way, okay? Something is definitely guiding you in this new direction. So this is kind of interesting too. Let me take another look. And it's okay, there could also be, see, because I'm really focused on these two right now. This is a very strong partnership. This can be also a very strong emotional bond and connection here. And also it can talk about fame and awards for some of you, okay? Fame and awards. Okay, we'll keep on looking. There's more coming up here. We have the cross and the bouquet. We have the sun. Now, remember that in the Lenormand cards, the sun puts a positive aspect all the way through the surrounding cards. So even more positive through this one and this one. Okay. Okay, baby. You can come in. You can come in. So, all right. So we have now the cross and the bouquet can indicate, the bouquet in itself can indicate happiness and also that you're appreciated. But when it's coming up with the cross, in some cases, this can also talk about charity or charitable causes as well. Something, maybe there's one of you that works in a charity, for example, right? Now, the sun coming up here, the sun has come up with the book, which indicates positive messages. The sun brings so much success, right? It could also be about academic success for some of you, going to school and doing your study, etc. Published work. Maybe some of you are inventors. So it's overcoming adversity right here to reach your goal. And it's by remaining positive. Then we come in with the bear and the birds, the garden and the lady. So social events are highlighted for you as well. Maybe because we've got the 4th of July here in the United States. Some people's birthdays. It's my friend's birthday on the 5th. We've got celebrations coming perhaps because of this change from the you know, if this actually takes off on the 5th of July, this CERN thing, if it actually does go, then maybe we're going to be pleased with the results here. We have the bear come in to this energy with birds. So yeah, that's information coming for you with regards to work, etc. And it can also be about negotiations. That's the word I was trying to come up with. Finances, stock market, investments, good news with regards to these things. Here comes the tower though. So what do we got here? Some kind of confusion with the government. We're fine. We're going through our healing. Okay, but the snakes come right up too. All right. So the tower can indicate in your own personal life someone who's really tall and slender, someone who is or works in corporate life, might have a big ego, might work in a big building, okay? But it's come up next to the clouds, so it can be an error of judgment, a troubled corporation, a multinational firm can also come up here. Now we'll find out as we get to the next row more about this, but that's pretty huge, okay? And then we go into, because of that, an error in judgment. Because of an error in judgment, we find ourselves with the stars and the snake. So it's kind of interesting too. So it talks about corruption, difficulties, and a challenging path. Ooh. Because of the error of judgment, we find the corruption and the challenging pathway forward. Oh my God. Okay. Tell us more about the tower, the clouds, etc. Going to be a change. It's usually a change in residence here. A change. Change of heart. Overseas. Children overseas. Change. Love. The love brings the change. Okay. Okay. So let's have a look at the stork. The stork and the heart together. Good intentions. The stork and the tower together is moving up. Okay. Building things and moving up. You got the you got some irrational changes because of the clouds as well. And then we go to the ship. The ship goes to the ship and the children here. Foreign born children, conception, vacations. Okay, we'll figure out more about this as well. Some people might have car troubles because of the snake being there. Some people may be flying space shuttle, rockets. See how it's talking about advanced sciences there? Advanced sciences. Okay. Wow. All right. We are making decisions because of things changing very abruptly. And I feel this also for the direction that we're being presented with right now. Are we going to go negatively and you know, yell and scream and fight and carry on about things that in our, you know, really aren't going to matter in the big scheme of things? Or are we going to do that? We're going to put an end to all of this confusion, I'm pretty sure here. Okay, so we're going to have to make decisions about which pathway we want. And when we're presented with some information that we can't ignore, we're going to have to make a very, very good decision here. Now, it says here that we need to make a decision, obviously, and that there can sometimes be some energy around accidents in this particular energy. So be careful. Make sure that you're protecting yourself, right? There is going to be adventures, and some of you are going to have multiple businesses going on. If you want to, or not. Whatever it feels right for you. Now, the fish comes up with the man or the male, and this is an independent person. This is a successful entrepreneur, perhaps giving you some advice. This is someone that the world knows. Maybe this is someone who gives us all advice. Okay, and the final round now. But we're nervous here with the mice. I don't know why. We're nervous about the transformation. But we have the clover, which is good luck. Now, see, this is an interesting combination of clover and whips, mice and coffin. It's an interesting, it really is an interesting sort of a situation going on here. Okay, so when you have the mice come up with the coffin, it talks about a calming down, actually, a relief. But we've been nervous. We have been stressed. This shows it's calming down. That's great. The coffin card coming up here, you know, it has to come up in certain directions in order for things to be showing you actual endings, like physical endings. But it's come up next to the clover, which is a second chance. It's a new start in life. And it's come up underneath the scythe, unfortunately, which can again be an accident or self-inflicted injuries. Okay, so you may have to watch someone around you who you know is prone to being very anxious or very depressed, as they may be hurting themselves in some way. And what this does is gives you a heads up, right? But also it brings renewal for us. Brings changes, a calming down of things. We just read that. The clover here with the whip can end up with successful actions, because the whips are about arguments and also about physicality, sexual stuff too. And here it's just sort of saying that the competition, there's a winner, there's a successful action to something that's going on. This is all calming down and successful actions, okay, because of the endings and because of the situations that we've been through. Maybe there's going to be something tragic that happens, you know, worldwide, and we're able to then have some kind of, you know, after it happens, like, you know, we come together. After every disaster on this planet, people come together and fight and rebuild. You know, they fight for life. They want life. Humans are pretty strong like that, you know. And I feel like if for example, there was some impending disaster, for me, I look at the animals. Okay? Animals are giving birth. Animals, you know, there are a few animals that are acting strangely or whatever, but they could be going through something. But on the whole, you don't see birds just disappearing. You don't see all of the wildlife just taking off and suddenly there's no animals around. I would be worried if that started happening. In a sense where I would know that something big is taking place. At least where we are at the moment, it is thriving with energy. It is thriving with animals. We've got puppies in the house. You know, we've got 3 dogs and we've got 6 puppies in the house. 3 have already been spoken for. We have 3 left. I was going to keep one little girl, and it's hard for me to let go of her. But I'm going to have to, because otherwise I've got 5 dogs, you know, because my son's keeping one. So it's like I'm going to have 5. It just you can't do that. Not right now. So I'm still on the fence. But, you know, if that was the case, you look to the animals, they would be scurrying. They would be leaving. They would be deserting, right? That would be happening for sure. So we have massive changes taking place, obviously, in all of this. We have massive changes taking place. And we are going to understand all of this, you know, as the weeks go on. We have a big super moon in the middle of the month as well, which is going to also amplify a lot of energy. But we're not going to know exactly what's going to take place until, you know, after the 5th of July, right? And the Nostradamus energy talks a little bit about this too, somewhere. This is our last reading as well. Okay, so here we are again. All right, this is interesting. We are going to do the Nostradamus predictions for, I guess you can call them predictions. What's coming up in July? This is a deck called, I just found it one day, the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus, and it's based on the Lost Book of Nostradamus, which actually has lots of different quatrains in it, which are like verses that are really hard to, I mean, I don't know why he didn't, if he was so clever, how come he didn't just write it? But, like, just tell us. But, you know, language was different back then, etc. But we will see an examination of these cards. Okay. So thank you for being with us and helping us to understand these messages, Nostradamus. Here it comes. Hopefully we're going to be able to see these as they are coming out. If I have to move them, I will. That's the final card over here. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's go, everybody. First one is the Fortune's Wheel. This has no explanation. I mean, we already know what this means. Okay, we have had this for the last actually a couple of times doing this reading, and it's usually been over here. Now it's in our forefront. Okay, so what's happening with the Fortune's Wheel? I'm going to read the little bits of information about it for you, because it's slightly different when we're looking in with the Nostradamus deck. So this exactly came up, and this was depicted like, this is strange. Okay, so I want to tell you this. A future change in the balance of power for two unicorns, the United States and Great Britain. Because the unicorn is also known as great military power. Now here, it says, when two unicorns are seen, one will be raised up, the other will bow low. Okay? And in the past, that meant that one that would rise up would be the United States, and one that bowed low was the United Kingdom, because they lost out on their plans of also taking over the United States, right? So in this energy, the upright is destiny, good, fortune, inevitability, unexpected events, progress, beginnings and endings, right? So what we mean by fortune, whether good or bad, varies enormously according to how we live and see life. For some, luck is everything. They see events going well or bad and pronounce them to be governed by luck. For others, fortune is something to be worked for, to seek with every ounce of diligence. So in reality, the meaning of fortune is something over which we have little control. It may represent something good coming our way, better prospects and greater income, but it can just as easily be the opposite. Fortune can deal us many different kinds of fate. And whatever comes, we have to deal with it appropriately. Above all, it represents change, whether for the better or worse. Okay. Certainly in most readings, the presence of this card can sometimes upset people. Essentially, we make our own luck. Because of this, the normal rules are reversed cards are less effective. So we don't have anything reversed now. We've got it come out very, very positively like this. So it shows there's a rooster up here. It shows that this spinning wheel is spinning and changing, but there's some odd situations that are going to occur. I also feel like it shows the Pope or the Papal there dangling, like the lion has got a hold of this as well. So this is really interesting here, and it just talks about quatrain 743. One person is going to be raised up and the other is going to bow low. This is happening. The wheel again, a portal again. Okay, things are changing, everyone. Oh my God, look at this. As Scorpio. What's Scorpio moving into? There's Venus there, I think. It's hard to read these cards. All right, we're going to get an idea of what this is. Something about Scorpio is going on in this card. And this is the 6 of moons, okay? All right, so the oh my God, okay. The quatrain is 152. Listen carefully. When two malignities of the Scorpion conjunction. Conjoin. When two malignities of the Scorpion conjoin, the great Lord is murdered in his room. Scorpio rules this card. It is clearly an image that fascinated Nostradamus, as several scorpions appear in the imagery of the Lost Book. Here the creature seems to be threatening the unformed cosmos to its left. You see? What is that? Oh my God. So what is that? That thing? The collider. It's in a circular shape. Oh my God. So it's the unformed cosmos, right? And that's what they're exploring. They are exploring different aspects of the cosmos, different matter. Right? In Greek mythology, the story of the constellation tells how the hunter Orion bragged to the goddess Eos that he could kill any wild beast that walked the earth. Overhearing this, the god Apollo, responsible for guarding all creatures, persuaded the earth goddess to send a giant creature, half man, half scorpion, to kill Orion. During the fight that followed, the two antagonists entered the sea. There, the goddess Artemis, who loved Orion, fired an arrow at what she thought was Scorpio, only to kill her beloved. In sorrow, the goddess placed Orion as a constellation amongst the stars. Okay? So the scorpion has a poison in its tail, right? It is poisonous. It will defend itself by, biting you or stinging you, right? So the meaning in this card is so specific that it doesn't matter whether this is upside down or not. Essentially, the card is about nostalgia and is often seen as an adult looking back to childhood. Sometimes the act of turning to the past shows us things that are disturbing or shocking. Things we think we remember in one way often turn out to be very different in reality. So it's looking backwards here. Uncertain outcomes. A forgotten past. An inheritance. Gifts. Strife for some people. Maybe there's a quarrel that's stirred up between someone who's always got to have their own way and you. But I feel this is directly related to this portal that's opening. People are talking about dark beasts, etc., being able to come in. I don't feel that that's something that will happen because they've been removed entirely. They are not allowed to enter into our atmosphere at all. So, they can't do this. But perhaps people's fears become more of a reality to them. And I think we're going to have to find the things that we think and the things that we say are going to be more important in the coming months. What do we want as a future? What do we want? It's not this. I can tell you that right now. I mean, if you do want this and you like it and you're happy, great. More power to you. You'll stay in that energy and you'll keep on manifesting it. But many of us are looking for something else, and we have to raise our vibration in order to find it, or for it to find us. Oh God, that's just freaking me out. Okay. Along with this, we have this. Again, the keys to our destiny are right there. This is the Hierophant here. But why does this Hierophant look like a female? Again, it's different because we're using Nostradamus's words and imagery. So, okay. So, this is from Quatrain 1112. Eyes closed, but open to ancient imagination. Monkish habits will count for nothing. Eyes closed, but open to ancient imagination. Monkish habits will count for nothing. So it's a period in which old traditions prior to Christianity are seen to have great value. Aha! Oh, so you see, ancient traditions, before the whole monotheism control mechanism kicked its way into our life timeline, we all used to talk to all of the gods and all of the goddesses and all of the deities and all of the beautiful vibrational energies that were there helping us. Where did they come from? The higher realms, other dimensions, other planets. And they worked with us. And guess what? The only thing we were thinking of is, how is our heart going to measure up? Where has our intentions lied? If you believe in God, and the Immaculate Heart and all of that sort of stuff, it's the same kind of principle. Where has your intentions lied? And that is the thing, if you want to say the word judged, that is the thing that is governed at the end. Like what you've really tried to do. And it's not so much that, God, or there's some great big man standing there saying, hey, well, you're not pure, or you didn't have pure intent, or whatever. It's that it's reflected to you as a soul of what your intent was when you came in and what you actually achieved in this lifetime. So it looks like the traditional, what we will see as a higher vibrational energy now, is the traditional things of the past don't matter to us anymore. The old ways aren't going to rule anymore, right? There is no fear in mysticism. Should be no fear in spirituality. There should be no fear in your religions, but it's full of it, right? So prior traditions are seen to have great value. This is coming in. So a master of high wisdom here. Mercy is happening. Inspiration. Some people are getting married. Good advice. Tradition. Historic knowledge. It's coming to us. So the Hierophant represents a person whose wisdom is supreme. Someone to whom you may turn unhesitatingly for advice and direction. Yet there's also a sense, perhaps the product of our times, that tempers the belief in this person's position of power. So, with doubt and caution, we don't really care about what the church thinks anymore. I mean, please don't get me wrong. If you are happy in your religion, and you are spreading goodness and love and support, and you're not judging people or trying to convert them or trolling their pages and telling them that they are demonic, and you are just living a happy, balanced, free and loving life, then continue what you're doing because you're on the right path. But for many of us, the thought of religion is nothing but control, is nothing but darkness, is nothing but, you're wrong. It's nothing but telling you you're a sinner. It's nothing but saying you've got to do all this, and then you can have this, and then you've got to eat this, and then you can have that, and you've got to eat the body of Christ and drink this blood, this is representing blood. Like, what is that? What is that ritual stuff? Why do we have to take that stuff? Why is someone else able to talk to God and not us? Or whoever they're talking, I don't know what they're doing. It's a business. I'm sorry, but it is. And people who are in it and people who are enjoying it, I love you. I don't hold any judgment to you, but the way in which it has become has been so dark for a very long time. And there's going to be a lot of information that unfolds, maybe quicker than we think, about the truth behind it. And it's going to shock a lot of people who've been, believing in this energy. Believe me, I know. Go read my story. I lived with Hutterites and Mennonites and Amish people. I was, in a Baptist. I believed in it all. I was witnessing to people, as they say. I believed in God and Jesus, and that they were my savior, or Jesus is my savior, and all that sort of stuff. I still love Jesus very much. He's my guide with healing. It is nothing. He's my master and guide, and he should be everybody's master and guide with the vibration that he was putting forward. Is it the same Jesus from the Bible? Not entirely. But there's something changing here, and it's not just because of people wanting it to. It will. It's an energetic shift that will bring us back to our ancient truth of love and harmony. And then we have this one here. Now this is a yellow papal. He's got a bear. Are they bear cubs? Hang on a minute. This is interesting. Okay, so this is the 4 of worlds right here. 4 of spheres. Okay. What the heck is this? Okay, so this big shape in here as well. I keep seeing these shapes and things in these cards. Okay. Okay. This is the quatrain 324. Great confusion about the undertaking. Loss of generations. Uncounted treasure. Great confusion about the undertaking. Loss of generations. See? Uncounted treasure. The character who's said to stand behind this card is the classical King Midas, whose touch turned everything to gold, but whose luck turned after he became greedy and possessive of his riches when he accidentally touched his daughter and she turned into a golden statue. The lesson to be learned here goes all the way back through human history. We should examine our attitude to wealth and possessions to ensure they don't bind us to the earth. In this card, the papal figure is seen distributing food and largesse to 2 bears who represent his human flock. Over one shoulder, the starry circle of the cosmos suggests the need to include all of creation in the bounty and blessings of God, not just those who are doing all the right things by the establishments. Okay, everybody deserves freedom, peace, love, and acceptance. Everyone should be given, these things in balance. Like everyone should be having abundance and peace in their life and harmony, because in the old ancient ways, before everything was disrupted, this is what we did. We learned how to do this. My son says, no, we've always been angry people. No, I believe we conquered that. And we conquered our stresses, and we conquered health and healing. And we were living quite beautifully, manifesting a beautiful world, a gentle world, a loving world, where all are welcome, animals included. And everybody understood telepathically other people's messages and what vibration they were sending out and what sound they were and what color they were, right? And I think what is going to happen is something major with regards to the way things have been and the way that we've been treated. We've known there's going to be a dissolution of the way that the governments are, etc. And it's going to have to change in order to have this existence. And we're in it. We're in it right now. Look at this. What the heck is this card? The Ace of Spheres. I don't think we've seen this one come up in our readings. And this is connected with Saturn. So here we go here. Not far from there, a treasure is hidden, which for many centuries has been sequestered. Quatrain 127. The suit of spheres, which is also known as coins or pentacles, is associated with another of the cardinal virtues that appears in the major arcana. In this instance, the virtue is prudence, which may be interpreted to mean not only caution, but contemplation, careful consideration, and exchange of both ideas and money. The term pentacle was imported only into the 19th century. The older form shows a coin which is believed to date back to very early times. Here we see the great symbols of the church, the household of God, together with the book of wisdom, right? And the vessel containing the holy oil, which Christians are baptized and monarchs are blessed, which is there. And above rises the sun in its glory. Together, these images represent the keys to wholeness and success, the wisdom of life, and the blessings of house and home. Blessings are being bestowed upon us. So positive is the influence of this card that it's said to reduce any negative impact or less favored cards around it. Great success and accomplishments are here. Prosperity, good fortune. This is what we've been telling you. It's been coming out and reading after reading after reading. So if you're keeping your vibration right, you are going to be blessed. So there may be a tendency to rest on your laurels, but the luck that attaches itself to you offers a way out on a road of your own choosing. So even when reversed, the card offers visions of wealth and profit, and contentment. So upright, it brings contentment, happiness, prosperity, enchantment, accomplishments, and good fortune. Now, if it was reversed, it still offers wealth and profit, only that it's darkened by the emphasis on materialism. So it's all positive here. So we have, because of these changes that are occurring, arms are out, because of this, because of this particular, okay, I get it now. Okay, so because of the CERN energy, right? The darkness, who's so curious about it, is going to be all sucked through it. They're going to go into another timeline. And what's left is what we were talking about. You know, you're going to find that people around you are more than likely going to be more positive in your circle. It's almost like before it was hard because you'd have to navigate or just stay at home or whatever, but you're going to find that that as you keep your vibration high, that more people who are on this high vibrational level are going to find you, are going to be around, that you're going to be abundant. We're going to shift into a timeline. We won't even feel it. We may feel a little bit on the days before, like I can feel something building for sure, but how it's exactly going to affect us all remains to be seen. But I'm actually feeling much more positive about it now than I might have been before. And we find the page comes up here of suns. Okay. Oh my God. Well, I guess we'll know after the 5th, right? Page of suns. What have we got here? Page of suns. So I'll talk to my Australian friends on the 5th in their time zone. And we'll see. Okay, page of suns. A simple soldier will attain an empire. He will graduate from a short tunic to a long robe. So this is an extraordinary person, a surprise, a stranger, a prodigy, faithfulness, emissary, and marvelousness. The character of the page of suns is that of an artless, sometimes overly candid person who speaks first and thinks afterwards. For all this, he or she is probably a genius, someone who's had such a rapid and intuitive grasp of a skill or situation that they can appear cleverer than they actually are. The page is often the bearer of news, generally of fabulous or extraordinary kind, and can also be the message as well as a messenger. Although, as with all 4 pages in the deck, we've attributed no specific character to this card, it could represent any genius or extraordinary person with whom we come in contact. Historically, we may think of Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo, wayward geniuses who changed their world, but were difficult and at times dangerous men. This is often seen as the card of the follower, the fan who echoes the skill or knowledge of the person they admire without actually embodying it. You may find yourself in the presence of someone who speaks with great brilliance, or you may be such a person yourself, but behind these words may lie a youthful uncertainty. But this is definitely talking about a messenger, a message, an extraordinary person. We saw this when we were looking at my calcite, right? We were looking at this, and this was giving us a little bit of a message inside of it. And once I said the message, okay, once we talked about it, it was gone. I can't find it anymore in the calcite. Isn't that interesting? Can't find it. Okay. So in this one, something about someone very simple who had nothing throughout their life is going to be the one leading the way into the future. So we're not going to suspect this person at all as being someone that's been given so much power, right? And influence. Oh my God, there's so many things happening in this. Okay, I'm going to ask for a final message. Okay, tell us about what's going to occur for July 2022. We can see all the prosperity. We can see the changes. What do we have to... I mean, there's just all these same circles of this portal. These keys, this change, this opening, this abundance, a change. Oh my God. And I keep on... Astronomer. Okay. What the heck is this card? All right. We'll keep looking. So it's the 8 of... 10, 11, 13 of spheres, which ends up being the astronomer. And this says, put in chains at the ends of a harsh cable in the year when Mars, Venus, Sun appear in summer. The early Greek scientist, astronomer Hypatia, 350 to 415 CE, is the queen of spheres. Now, I want to tell you there's something about a feminine energy that's going to change things. Seeing it, been seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. So we'll see. She is one of the earliest known women to practice a scientific discipline. The daughter of the mathematician Theon of Alexandria, Hypatia studied with her father and later took up teaching posts at the Academy of Athens and the Platonic School. She is sometimes credited with the invention of the first astrolabe and is regarded as one of the most forward-looking thinkers of her time. Inevitably, this drew her to the attention of the early Christian sect. In the end, denounced by the Bishop of Alexandria, she was dragged naked through the streets by a rapacious mob, flayed alive and burned. Oh my God! In the Lost Book, we find this wonderful image of a female teacher who perfectly represents Hypatia. Oh my God, I just feel so much emotion reading that. Okay, the astronomer of spheres can be a powerful champion or a difficult partner, depending on the circumstances. She is at times seen as an aspect of the inner personality which likes to be generous and supportive in all walks of life, whether it be throwing an extravagant party or looking after a patient in hospital. As wife or mother, the queen wants only the best for her partner or her children, which may make her overprotective. So, upright, this is a bold, noble-hearted woman with generosity, confidence, self-assurance, sincerity, prosperousness, and free-mindedness. Oh my goodness. Whew. See, denounced by the church. Someone that does nothing but help people and teaching and knowledgeable, and she's denounced. And it shows here that we have this feminine influence in us of this particular lady. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female, that just wants good things to happen, just wants good things to occur. Doesn't want, there doesn't need to be any fighting or arguing about good things coming. Do you know? I don't understand that. I know that as far as my dad with his Christianity and his Catholicism in the end, it was all about, oh, you're wrong, Becky, that's wrong. No, you must be afraid, you've got to be afraid, you have to be God-fearing, in order to survive, and it's like, no, I'm not going to fear anything at all. In this energy, it shows that there's someone that comes to help us and help humanity. It's probably a group, but it's going to be led by someone who has the right vibration. I feel that we're going to go through this portal of energy. It's going to awaken all of our strengths. It's going to awaken our knowledge. It's going to awaken a true timeline for us who have been very positive through this whole craziness. And, our children, of course, don't worry. Your children come through with you anyway, right? Wherever you're going, kids come too. And the energy here is that we're going through this cycle. So where they're trying to make, in a sense, stop the awakening of mankind, it's too late. Have you ever watched the movie The Butterfly Effect? And they went back and back and back so many times trying to change things. It didn't matter. It still ended up with the same result, right? So they're trying to change the result that they already know is happening or has happened, and that is that the awakening occurs on the earth. We fight off all of the darkness. We don't have to deal with all of their agendas and the orders that they want to have for the world, etc. It's already gone, and yet they're trying to make that not happen so they can control us. And that's another theory with the CERN energy, right? That they're going to try to collapse all of these positive timelines, and I think it's going to backfire on them. I really do. I think we're going to come out stronger than ever. I don't think that we should be worried about this at all, but rather empowered by it, because if you stay strong in your own beliefs, and if you continue to move forward in truth and light, you're protected every step of the way. You're going to lift. There are going to be things that happen that we don't like in life. That's just life. But we need to push past this now. Awaken. We're going to get abundance. Everybody's going to get abundance of some kind. If you don't think that's going to happen, oh yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That just shows you that you don't believe anything is good is coming to you, and that's a deeper problem. Oh, I wish. No, don't wish it. Claim it. Know it. Be it. Be abundant now, without any proof of it, right? And these are the things, people say, well, this didn't happen. It's like, well, what were you thinking was going to happen? Because whatever you are focused on creates. So if you're focusing, that won't happen, and this is not going to happen, and then that is what you see. You are manifesting that reality. So you're better at manifesting than you think you are, right? But for the most people that are listening, you're all sick of it. You're ready to move forward. We've been building our energy for a long time. We've been getting ready for these changes. We've been remaining strong through all the chaos. And many of you have begun your own journey and your own business and your own light, vibration. You've begun to understand things. Things have clicked into place. Many beautiful things have occurred even through all this darkness. And we are going to see even more results coming through. And all of you are going to be very, very blown away with what occurs, what happens. If you keep your mind on your business, if you keep your mind in your own lane, if you continue to focus on where you're going, and you keep on raising your vibration, protecting your family, protecting your home, doing all of that work, stay away from anyone who doesn't really offer protection for you as well, like teaching you that. Some people say, oh, we don't need that. Nah, you do. Okay? And keep yourself really grounded right now. Stay in nature. Be very grateful for what's happening. One day at a time. Do the best that you can that day and move through. Okay? New cycles are coming. I'm going to be talking more as we get closer to the full moon, super moon, of course. Contact me about services, about the 12-month plan for the Academy. Get yourself going and join us with this amazing change that's occurring. Okay? See your life change in this really thorough course here. And until the next time, lots of love, many blessings. Thanks so much for being here, subscribing. I love you all, and bye for now.